I can't believe, out of all days today,
being slut shamed right now.
You would wear Red Bull merch. I've never been more disappointed in you as a man than as my husband than at this moment right here.
Hey, what's up guys? It has been some time since the Netherlands Grand Prix, which is the Grand Prix that Friends with Cars went to. We filmed some content. It wasn't too much. If you watch the previous podcast, we talked about why we didn't film so much. Really, it's just because there was so much to do with very little time, and we didn't really just stop somewhere to film content. So whatever content we did record, I put it into this video. At the end of this video, I'm gonna give tips based off of our experience at Amsterdam and traveling to the Netherlands. Yeah, so appreciate you guys watching and stay tuned. Race day, guys. So we haven't been filming. I think the goal was that we were supposed to film as soon as we got here, but you know, went in Amsterdam. So it's race day. It is 7 o'clock in the morning, and we did a trial run on Friday. We did a trial run on Friday, so we're staying in Amsterdam, and the track is in Zandvoort. It's a 30-minute train ride, but it was very hectic to actually get on the train because it was very packed. They have a good amount of trains going back and forth.
Yeah, they doubled the amount of trains.
But still really busy, so we're trying to get ahead of the traffic and get to the track early. The gates do open at 8. I think the first qualifying, or I guess the
first race is at 8:41.
Yeah, and that's for F3, right?
F3.
So, yeah. Again, this is a Friends with Cars podcast slash. No, it's a Friends with Cars
F1
podcast, F1 Talk podcast. So, I got my parents with us.
Today's the day.
So, today we will film more content. It's gonna be. What's going on, man?
Well, we have no
I
point.
got nothing, man.
No point.
No,
No point. Sorry.
sorry.
Timing.
Guest appearance by someone didn't go in.
All right. Well, we will catch up with you guys, and I'll try to record more of us at the track on the way to the track. Jessica with her cool ass hat. Oh wait, show the shirt. Show the shirts. Gustavo with his Valtteri Bottas shirt. Bottom Bottas shirt.
Bottom.
And then Jessica and I with our Sergio Perez lit after winning the Monaco GP.
Hoping to see that again today.
Yeah, we are hoping to see that today. All right, see you guys soon.
I can't believe, out of all days today,
Being slut shamed right now.
you would wear Red Bull merch. I've never been more disappointed in you as a man than as my husband than at this moment right here.
All right. Jessica never gave her predictions, so now that we're in an enclosed area, because I don't think you wanted to give your predictions on the train.
I think that Charles and Leclerc are going to crash on the first lap. And then I hope that Hamilton wins. And then I hope also that Joe Grand U wins so Gustavo can win $8,000.
Good bet, good bet.
Okay. And Gustavo already, his prediction was Charles Leclerc would get first.
Oh, okay. Oh.
Max Verstappen would get second.
Boo.
And George Russell would get third.
Oh, that's a good one.
Very specific, very chicken shit pick, but very specific.
My pick was Max first, Charles second, Lewis third. So. What is it that you have there, Gustavo?
Somebody dropped it. I'm trying to find the rightful owner. I'll put it
I
away.
would never do this. That's
I'll
why
put it away.
I am a Catholic.
I don't know. I'll put it away. Somebody dropped it. I want to be nice and give it to whoever
I don't fold. These bitches fold.
dropped it.
We have no standards when we get free stuff.
$3.99.
All right, so we're making it back. We're on our way back to Amsterdam from the race. It was basically a shit show. Absolutely a shit show. There was some safety cars we're very excited about. We had a little bit of a replay of the last year's final when Lewis was leading the pack to start after the safety car and Max was behind and definitely couldn't hold him. So safe to say Mercedes is slow this year. The crowd was wild, unlike anything you've ever seen. I think we're going on 3 hours trying to get back on the train to head back to Amsterdam. So see you guys soon.
So I have 2 tips based off our experience traveling to the Netherlands, traveling into Amsterdam, and then traveling to Zandvoort. So these 2 tips are really specific to a traveler traveling to Amsterdam specifically for the race. The first tip is get to the track early and leave early. There's a primary way of getting to the track from Amsterdam, and it's the train station, and you'd leave from Amsterdam Central Station, and it's a 30-minute trip to Zandvoort, which is actually really easy, but the longer you wait, especially on a race weekend, it's going to be hectic and it's going to take you a while to get to the track. So when we first got to Amsterdam, we actually took one specific day to do a test run because we were there only for the race. We realized that leaving later in the morning, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, train system was really slow because there was a lot of people traveling. So on race day, we actually took off at 7 o'clock, got to the train station, took the train station to Zandvoort, and we got there within probably 45 minutes, and that's from getting to the train station, loading onto the train, and the travel time. So not so bad. So my first tip is to get there early. Along with that tip is if you don't want to get stuck in the traffic of people leaving the circuit, leave early. And now you paid all that money to go to the race, to travel to the Netherlands. So that's definitely on you. Our experience, we did not leave until the race was over, and it took us probably about 45 minutes to an hour just to get out of the circuit. In addition to that, as mentioned, there's only one form of transportation really to Zandvoort. There's no Uber or Lyft. We didn't really see that too much. Everyone's really traveling into Zandvoort on the train. So that's one form of transportation in and one form of transportation out. So it took us probably another 2 hours just to get on the train. So that's leaving the circuit, traveling to the train station, and getting through the crowd to get on the train. And again, pretty hectic. So that's my first recommendation. Get to the circuit early, and if you don't want to get stuck in the traffic leaving, then leave the race early. And I think that's probably something we should have done anyways. The race was pretty much decided probably the last 5 laps, so we probably should have left a little early, but we didn't. We wanted to stay because we paid money to be at the circuit and travel to the Netherlands. My second tip is The airport will tell you, because there are signs posted at the airport, that you aren't supposed to arrive at the airport more than 3 hours early. And my recommendation is give it a shot anyways. My family and I and the Friends with Cars group literally almost missed our flight. It took us about 3 hours to get through the security check as well as get to our terminal, and that's from arriving on site at the airport. And the issue with that is they tell you not to arrive more than 3 hours before your flight, so we arrived probably 3 hours before our flight. What we didn't realize is that they were going through strikes and they were having some staffing issues. So we arrived at the airport at 4 o'clock. Our flight is at 7 o'clock. We did not get through security until 5 minutes before our flight was supposed to leave. Now, I'll say that again. We did not get through security until 5 minutes before our flight at 7 o'clock was supposed to leave. So, of course, they let you board around 6:30, right? And so once my family and Gustavo and Jessica got through the security checkpoint, they ran to the terminal and they were let onto the plane at 7 o'clock or maybe shortly thereafter. And unfortunately for me, I went through secondary check for my bags. I got through security at 7 o'clock and I had to run to the terminal at 7 o'clock, which is when the flight was supposed to leave. Fortunately enough, we all made our flight. It was pretty stressful because flights aren't cheap, and I would have been stuck in the Netherlands for maybe another day, maybe half a day, but nonetheless, my other tip is they say not to arrive at the airport earlier than a certain amount of time. Give it a shot. Just get there as soon as possible. Know what's going on if they're having strikes and the staffing issues, because you don't want to miss your flight and you don't want to have to go through that issue of having to pay more. But those are my 2 tips. And again, those are tips as myself coming from the Netherlands, specifically there for the race. If you plan on going to the Netherlands for the race next year in 2023, keep those 2 tips in mind and hope you guys have fun. Thanks for watching.